Hello everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships Blitz with Terry. Today we are looking at the Tier 10 brand new Soviet destroyer, the Grozovoi. Now, if you've seen my Udaloi review, I have been, well, how do I put this? I have been doubtful about the qualities of this ship, because we'll see that in a comparison in a minute. But we've already talked about what these ships actually were. These were multi-role designs by the Soviet Union that never actually were built. And this is the, I think, Project 40? Yeah, Project 40 successor design of the multi-role Project 35, which was supposed to be the Udaloi. Now, when we're comparing these two, and this is what I've done last time, something stands out. First of all, the only difference in ship skills is that the Grozovoi gets one additional smokescreen. The Grozovoi is has a little bit more hit points, but not much. And the Udaloi is noticeably more maneuverable than the Grozovoi. The guns on the Grozovoi are better. They have a longer range, but they don't do quite as much damage on the armor piercing, and they have a slightly faster reload. The torpedo tubes, while the torpedoes are hitting just a smidgen more, you only get 2 quintuple launcher, whereas the Udaloi gets 3. You get a noticeably better AA on the Grozovoi, and you get a worse concealment. So and you don't get a longer torpedo range. So you get 6.78 kilometer base detection on the Grozovoi and 7.8 kilometer torpedo range, which means you have a reasonably small margin, and that, given that the ship is not quite as maneuverable as her predecessor, it's actually more difficult to stealth torp in that thing than it is on the Udaloi. So I had 2 possible theories at the end of the last review. Either the Grozovoi is an okay tier 10 ship, and the Udaloi is a really, really good tier 9 ship, or the Udaloi is a okay tier 9 ship, and the Grozovoi is a bit crap. So let's find out, shall we? The other thing that we obviously need to check out is the comparison of the Grozovoi with the original Soviet light cruiser in Tier 10, the Khabarovsk. The Khabarovsk being more of a gunboat, having the rapid reload skill instead, and being a little bit sturdier, being a little bit faster, and being a little bit less maneuverable even than the Grozovoi still. And obviously she gets good guns. Although she does get a bit of a slower reload, but she does get 8 guns, and they hit harder, even though they're technically the same B2U turrets that you're seeing on the Udaloi, whereas the Grozovoi has a 1957 design of the 130mm guns, which is more rapid firing. The torpedoes on the Khabarovsk, obviously with a 4.8 kilometer range, are close range torpedoes, but they do actually hit a bit harder than the Grozovoi. So what does that leave us with then? What is this ship? And I thought when I was starting to test the ship that my preconception was, just from the numbers, that the ship's a bit crap for a tier 10. So what have I done setup-wise? I have put the main battery mod 2 in there, because I figured torpedo power, you got better torpedo range than the Khabarovsk, but you don't actually have enough range to be stealth torping. So you do need to get you still do need to get reasonably close to things in order to get the torpedoes away. I have put the propulsion mod in slot 2 and obviously the steering gear mod in 3, because I am not expecting this to be a stealth ship. I am expecting to be this to be a guns blazing ship. And that's how I've set her up, full on gunboat build. So we do have main battery HE damage up and main battery firing chance up. I am taking the torpedoes as nice to have with a better range than the Khabarovsk, but I want to at least try and get close to the Khaba's gun power with these things. And this setup gets us to, well, it's not a super sturdy destroyer, but it's also not a super squishy one. We're having an 38 knot speed, which is pretty workable. We got the turn time down to under 4 seconds, which is kind of my benchmark for destroyers. And we've got these 630 mil guns down to almost 4 seconds. Now, obviously, the Khabarovsk get a rapid reload, which gives a burst damage, which this thing doesn't have, and has 8 guns versus these 6. But these are hitting harder, and even though they and they are not the same as on the Udaloi. Whereas on the Udaloi, I would have had struggled occasionally with the armor-piercing penetration against enemy destroyers. These seem to be working quite well. So we're doing almost 500 points of AP damage with the main guns on AP with a 4-second reload. That's not bad. The 30 degrees per second turret traverse obviously is not an issue, and we don't need the torpedo traverse module, because these torpedoes, unlike on the Udaloi, are actually centerline mounted. So you see the 2 torpedo launchers there. They can fire on each side, so it's a non-issue to swing the torpedoes around. The AA is good, and nobody actually really cares that much about the surface detection. You could, by the way, also actually sail with the maintenance pack, but I have put a little bit in concealment. It's not a massive difference, but you could do that as well. I've ported the commander over from the Udaloi, so it's a similar setup. I do have the battlefield support for an additional defensive AA. And I've got the preheating, obviously, and the air defense expert, the Daredevil, exploit weakness, because I'm planning to play this as a gunboat and set fires and just generally cause mayhem. Fully prepared, because nothing else makes sense. You do want the Mistweaver, obviously, and the engine overload. And once again, you can pick compartment maintenance, or I'm personally picking the other ones. You would have had the Master Reloader, like on the traditional line. The historical camo, this being very pretty, gives us main battery firing range, torp range, speed, traverse speed, and better surface detection. So this is an all good camo. This is really an excellent, like, all these factors are very, very good factors for the ship. So this is an all-around good booster. So if you're planning to get that and keep that ship, I would say that's a very good choice, which of course means we're going to be sailing with the Seaborne Assault for now. What else do we need to look at? The battle honors. So win 20 battles is obviously not an issue. You need to destroy 60 enemy ships. That's doable. 60 captures is doable. That's doable. And 105,000 points of damage is doable as well. So it is a grind, as is common with the tech tree ships. It's only the premiums that give you pretty much free resources, but it's not a terrible grind. So here I was then with that setup, and got myself into a bunch of battles and wasn't having huge expectations. Effectively, I thought you would play similar to the Udaloi, but be a little bit worse, really. In our first battle, we are up against a mildly failed platoon. It's not terrible, because it's tier 10. But we are up against the Haku, Yama, Worcester, Brindisi, Neptune, Gearing, and Khabarovsk. So effectively, except for the Yamato, there's not really anything I'd very much like to be fighting with. Which is always a good start for a game. But, let's see what we can do. At least it's a domination map. So maybe we can be useful in just general capture controlling and stuff like that. But we do have some good divisions on our side as well. So this might go either way. Spawning over at A Cup, and like I said, pretty much 6 out of 7 ships, if I'm going to run into them, I really don't necessarily want to. So, well, that's nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's head over into A Cup. At least we're quick. And I'm going to get the guns on target here and see what we can, what we can do. At least the carrier doesn't come our way. But we do have cruiser backup by ourselves here, so I'm going to head over into A Cup, see what we can spot. There's an island we can use as some shielding. Yep, hello. You've seen me. There is some some shielding we can have against incoming fire, and once again we do have longer range torpedoes than on, say, a Khabarovsk, and better concealment, so we are more of a multi-role ship than that light cruiser. Okay, no one's capping, so none of the destroyers is over in A. One is in B, and one is over at C cap. Okay, gotcha. Because we just spotted him, the carrier just spotted him. So I'm gonna look around and see. Oh yeah, Worcester. Okay, do not want. Okay, before we get spotted. Yeah, we got spotted. Okay, never mind. Where is he going? Is he running into the island? He's shooting at me, obviously. I think he ran into the island, so drop some torpedoes on him, but I want to get out of here. And I am Damiconing a single fire because I am planning to go stealth. And the problem with fires is that if you're burning, even if you're not spotted, the fire is spotted. So, but it looks like my torpedoes against the Worcester have managed to push him away. I mean, I do have a Hindenburg here, which could have probably made short work of the Worcester, but there is all manner of shells zipping around, and I am only concerned about the capture circle at this point. I don't want to deal with the Worcester. I've got a Hindenburg here, he can do that. There's a Brindisi. And let's see if we can do anything against the Brindisi. And the reason you can't do anything about a Worcester is because A, it's a Worcester, and B, he's got hydro and radar, which isn't fun. So, but we are holding C cap and we're holding A cap. Let's see what we can do about B cap then. Because there's only a Brindisi in there so far. And I don't know what cruiser I have here to my right, but okay, Brindisi smokes. So let's stop here, smoke up ourselves. We've got 3 smokes, all good. And the Brindisi is around about there. Yep, there he is. Okay. You see that? You can see the fire. You can't see the ship, but you can see the fire. Okay, he's actually sailing out. He Damiconed a single fire. But I think he has now outstayed his welcome. And either I'm going to get him with my guns, or I might be able to launch some torpedoes on him, just in case. Now let's launch some torpedoes there, just in case he survives. And there's also gearing, so there's another thing we have to deal with. And gearing smokes up, so I'm just going to stay a little out of range here. I don't want to fight Brindisi and gearing at the same time. But once Brindisi should be running into my torps. There come the Brindisi torps. Vermont takes them out. Okay. Right, and that leaves gearing, armor piercing loaded, and into the capture circle we go. We do have cruiser backup. I still don't know what that is, but gearing's going to be sitting in his smoke screen. The carrier spots me, obviously. So he knows that I'm coming, but if he's dropping torpedoes, if he's not in his smoke screen, I would see him. Nah, there he is. Okay, he's right in his smoke screen. There he is. Okay, so I'm just going to wait until his smoke is expiring, and I don't want to run into a full torpedo salvo. I mean, I can see where he is, right? There are his tracers. Okay, there he comes. So, and I've got a Worcester with me, so that is a dead gearing. I didn't know it was a Worcester. All right. So yeah, between the two of us, he should have, seeing the Worcester and me, he should have been running like a minute ago. So let's see if we can get the kill on the gearing. Is he slowing down? I mean, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm not sure why the Worcester is firing high explosive at him, but well, such are things. He's also missing, but that's a dead gearing. That leaves the Yamato over there. And I'm going to be able to capture B as well. So shoot at the Yamato. One good thing, just like with the Udaloi, is that the guns are pointing forwards. So you can do a lot of things while just being bow in. Oh, there's a Neptune. Okay, I want that Neptune dead. Neptune is bad news. There's a bit of the dissipating smoke of the gearing, but that's not going to help me. So let's kill the Neptune quickly. Okay, Neptune dead. And then let's get that Yama killed before he can do something. Okay, I get the Yama as well. And we're getting shot at by a Worcester again. Let's see if his radar is on cooldown or not. So far, no radar. Oh, there's the radar. Okay, so we're just going to bow into the Worcester, drop torps on the Haku, and start shooting him. I'm not going to start shooting the Haku, not to give my intent away here, but there's only him and the Worcester left at this point. Smoke screen doesn't matter because I'm detected anyway. He's still firing high explosive at me, so it's not a huge issue. I might be able to hit the Haku with the torpedoes. No, Vermont takes him out. And that just leaves that Worcester over there, so I'm just going to chase after him and see that we can get him killed. I would even still have had a smoke screen left. But yeah, I haven't managed to make a single torpedo hit in this game. And I haven't really done a huge amount of damage, obviously, but we have secured at least 2 of the 3 capture circles. And and managed to, with the help of our friend in the Worcester, to get rid of that gearing. And all in all, it's all in a day's work, and we still get the kill on the other Worcester. So yeah, sometimes you just don't do a huge amount of damage, but you're still coming out. Hooray for team score! Still coming out on top of the team. Yeah, it pays to be in capture circles. It really does. I mean, a couple of lucky kills there involved as well, because that Worcester was doing a great job as well. So yeah, got a little bit lucky here with my kills. But anyway, what if you can actually use your torpedoes? So here we are on a somewhat unusual map. I don't get to play that very often. It's the Typhoon's Eye map, and we're playing in domination mode. And we're up against Ohio, Conqueror, Jean Bart, Sovietsky Soyuz. Actually, at least some things we can torpedo this time. There's a Smolensk, which is bad news, and a Fletcher and a Jutland. Okay. But we do have 2 destroyers on our team and a tier 9 division. So we are going to head into B, obviously, and then see what we're going to be doing from there on. And hopefully the other destroyer is going to head over into D Cup. But yeah, let's head over into B. Into B and see what's going on. Nice. We've got Kitakaze with us and Alsace. The cruiser's on the other side. So if we're running into enemy destroyers, then I'm going to be helping out. First of all, it's about getting that cap secured. And with the engine boost, she does almost 45 knots, which is pretty good. So once again, hello Kitakaze. Yeah. So it's always good to see destroyers actually going for the cap. Now, I would have liked the 3rd destroyer to go for D Cup, but to be fair, there's a cruiser in there. So not just for capping, but actually for spotting, that would have been good. Because there's definitely 1 destroyer in C, and there's 1 destroyer in A. So we're going to get, what was that? A Fletcher or a Jutland, I think, that we're going to have to contest with. But for now, I've got some battleships to shoot at. So unless anything spots me, no, I'm switching back to the high explosive. What do we got? We've got the Sovietsky Soyuz, and there's something behind it. I might be able to hit that battleship behind, so in case they're both slowing down. So let's smoke up. It's a Conqueror. Yeah, Conqueror is sailing this way, so I'm kind of hoping if the Sovietsky Soyuz slows down, that the torpedoes are going to hit the Conqueror. And in the meantime, we're just going to be using the guns as we do. Because at the end of the day, this is a gunboat. Okay, there's the Jutland, there's another destroyer over there. I'm currently trying to set fires on the battleships. That's 2 torpedoes on the 3 hits on the Sovietsky, but I think my torps just don't have the range for the Conqueror. That's a shame. I was thinking I would have been able to get both of them. Anyway, not a bad start. So now that the Sovietsky is reasonably low on health, and he's got a fire burning, and he's got 3 fires burning. You're Yugomo. Okay, Yugomo is going to need help with the Jutland over there. All right, I'm coming. Don't worry. Yeah, you're not in the right ship to deal with the Jutland. I'll help. I'm spotted. He probably isn't in the smoke, and the Jutland obviously is neither. There comes some Yugomo torps, and we're just going to need to dodge those, and then start shooting up. Some Jutland torps. Nice dodge, Yugomo. Okay, let's kill that Jutland. Yeah, don't worry about it. I got this. I'll draw the fire, and if you can just shoot at him a little bit, then I'm pretty sure we can deal with this guy between the 2 of us. Drop some torpedoes. I'm not thinking that they're actually going to hit. I just want to distract him a little bit. And I'm not sure what he's shooting at, but now I'm smoking up. So Yugomo, if you want in the smoke, here is one. Because that guy is getting pushed away by the torpedoes. And with 2 destroyers shooting at him, he's not going to have a great amount of fun. How else does it look like? We've lost 1 battleship. Enemy teams lost 1 battleship, so even out. And Jutland is dodging, but has bitten off more than he can chew at this point. I just don't want him to run around and grab a B cup or something. So now he smokes up, but it's too little too late. Yugomo and me got him. Okay, A cup. Let's go A, right? Shall we? Let's see. Let's just turn the ship around. Yugomo does the same thing. Doing a nice passing by here, and yep, agreed. Let's head over to A cup and see what we can do there. I think we had a Kitakaze. Yeah, Kitakaze takes out the Fletcher. So that's all done, but and we are still holding 2 cups. We are 1 kill ahead, so let's secure that over an A cup. Because this can still turn. I don't know what these 2 battleships are looking like over there. And what do we have there? What's that? It's a Conqueror. Okay. So in a destroyer, you generally have to be careful with Conquerors. Now, once again, I'm going to be trying to draw fire here because the Yugomo I have with me has more torpedo hitting power. So I don't want him to be aware that there's a Yugomo coming. So I'm just going to be spotted. And I'm going to drop some torps in case he comes around that island. But I want to draw his attention to me if I can, because I do have a smoke ready if I need to, and Conqueror has some really nasty guns. But it looks like Yugomo is also completely rushing into the Conqueror, so that's I hope for his sake that the Conqueror had armor piercing loaded, because that's going to hurt otherwise. But yeah, Yugomo takes out the Conqueror, nicely done. Kitakaze is on low health over there, and it looks like we have lost D-Cup. So we are ahead on points, but not by much. This can still go either way. Okay, let's go over to C. We do need to kill something. I'm not sure if that Kitakaze is going to survive. The battleship down at D-Cup might die, and then we are behind on points if that happens. Because okay, Iowa takes out Jean Bart, and Ohio takes out Iowa. All right, so we're down to 3 destroyers versus the Smolensk and a battleship. We've got 2 minutes left. We're 20 points ahead-ish, 25. We need to kill that ship over there because I'm not sure that Kitakaze is going to survive because he is being shot at by a Smolensk. And I have a smoke screen, so let's kill the Ohio, and then we'll have to see what happens next. Okay, Kitakaze has managed to survive. Madame committed, so there's okay, Ohio fires high explosive, and so does the Smolensk, so it's time to smoke up now. I need to extinguish the fire because otherwise I'm visible inside my smoke. The second Smolensk salvo isn't going to be hitting me, and fortunately the Smolensk is firing high explosive and not armor piercing, otherwise I would have probably been dead by now. But that's a double fire on the Ohio. I'm not sure if he damaconned. That's another fire on the Ohio. Yeah, American. Oops, I sailed out of my smoke. That's unfortunate. I did not want to sail that. And it's 1 torp. We do need to kill the Ohio because we're behind on points right now because we have lost one of the other destroyers. I think that was the Yugomo. Okay. Now I need to not die because we are only 45 points ahead. If I die, then they win. There's no way we're going to cup in time. Kitakaze, you need to run. Just run away. Just run away. I really need a run away button. Oh, okay. That's a perma fire. But I think I can survive this. I think I can survive this. That's where the Daredevil comes in useful. I think I can survive this. Now, Kitakaze, stay away. Don't try to kill the Smolensk. We're leading on. We're winning. We're not gonna. Can you not run? What are you doing? Okay, you 8 seconds. Survive for 8 seconds and we win on points. If you die, they win. Come on. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay, he survived. Wow. Okay. That took some doing. But you see, this is what I'm talking about. I was expecting the Grozovoi to be well done to the Kitakaze and the Yugomo. Kitakaze, that was giving me a heart attack at the end there if you were trying to gun down the Smolensk. But I was expecting the ship to be a little bit crap, really, and it isn't. This is, in all fairness, a really, really, really good Tier 10 destroyer. She has a rapid-firing guns, hard-hitting guns. It's an excellent gunboat. And the loss of 1 torpedo tube really doesn't hurt all that much because you're going to do your majority of your damage with the guns oftentimes. She's better. She's more maneuverable than a Khabarovsk. She has longer torpedo range than a Khabar. And the smoke screens help definitely getting yourself out of trouble. You have 3 smokes. Even without the reload booster on the guns, I think this is a very, very good Tier 10 destroyer. I was honestly surprised about the sheer amount of fun I had in this thing. This is a good ship, and I think you don't have to stop at the Udaloi. while the Udaloi is an excellent ship at tier 9, this is also a good ship at tier 10. You can actually get a lot of things done with this little thing. In a tier 10 battle, you're quick, you've got smoke screens, you've got great guns, you've got some AA, and it's just generally a fun ship. So very, very surprisingly to me, I've been enjoying myself in the Grozovoi, and I haven't played the Khabarovsk myself or the Kiev. But so far, if I'm personally going to be grinding up the line, I'm probably going to stick with the new branch because of just the amount of capabilities that they have. They are still excellent gunboats, but they've got workable torpedoes, they've got smoke screens and everything. So I think that's a very, very good line of destroyers and fun ships to play. So that's it for today. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.